Hi guys, this is Mr. Urrego, and today we're solving quadratic word problems, in particular area word problems. As you can see, we have a drawing of a rectangle right now. Let's see what the information is given. They gave me area of the rectangle is 105. That's given. What is not given? If you see 2x plus 1x, most likely they're asking for the value of x or the value of the dimensions of my rectangle. For that, I need to find the value of x. Okay, so let's work with the information that is given and the information that is not given. Area of a rectangle is 105, but I know that the area of a rectangle is base times height or length times width is the same thing. All right, however you want to call it. All right, let's call this is the base, right, the bottom, and this is my height, which is the x. Okay, it's a rectangle. Then we have 90-degree angles and all that stuff. Opposite sides are congruent, right? We know all those properties from the rectangle. Okay, base times height, length times width is 105. Let's replace. So I'm not using this one. Let's use this one. Area is base times height. Area is 105. Base 2x plus 1. Height times x. And now I have some kind of equation where x is my variable. From here, I gotta multiply this. I gotta, distribute that the parentheses. So 105 is equal to x times 2x, which is gonna give me 2x squared. X times 1 is plus x. Now I have a quadratic. Because I have a quadratic equation, I have to bring everything on one side and make sure that I have a 0 in one side of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract the 105 on both sides. 105 minus 105 gives me 0. And then you organize this. 2x squared plus x minus 105. Okay? Making sure that I don't make mistakes in the multiplication. I have a quadratic. I got to find the values of x. Okay, how do I do this? Either you factor this out or we apply the quadratic formula. And here's my quadratic formula. So let's apply this. Okay, we have to remember the standard form of a quadratic, 8x squared plus bx plus c. A is the 2, b is the 1 because there's no number in front of it, c is the negative 105. A is the 2, b is the 1, c is negative 105. So I have to apply this to my quadratic formula. All right, let's do it. X equals negative b, negative 1 plus or minus b squared, 1 squared minus 4 times a, 2, times c, negative 105. Be careful with those signs. Divided by 2 times a, 2. X equals, let's do the math. From here, I'm going to have two answers. One with a plus, so my first answer, x1 is negative 1 plus 29 divided by 4. My second answer is x2, which is negative 1 minus 29 over 4. One I use the plus, the one I use the minus. Negative 1 plus 29, 28 divided by 4, which is 7, and that's my first answer. My second answer is negative 1 minus 29, negative 30 divided by 4, which is negative 7.5. Now a question, positive number, negative number. If this wasn't a word problem, a real life problem, both answers will be the answer, will be the solutions. But because we're looking for the length of a rectangle, we cannot have a negative length. So this is not an answer because we cannot have a negative length of a rectangle. So my answer is 7. All right. So let's plug it back in. 7 here, and now 7 times 2 is 14 plus 1 is 15. So the rectangle is 7 on one side. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 1 is 15. These are my dimensions for my rectangle. Solution. All right. Let's do another one, a little more complex. Now we have a trapezoid. Okay. Again, they give me the area of the trapezoid. They give me the dimensions of the trapezoid. Now, the problem here is knowing the formula of the area of the trapezoid, which is 1/2 of my height times base 1 plus base 2. all right? A trapezoid, the top, this is your base 1 or base 2, it doesn't matter, it's one base. The bottom is the other base. So base 1, base 2, or the other way. The important part is here, the height. The height is the perpendicular between the two bases. You see the 90 degree? That's a perpendicular. Okay, so this is your height. All right, let's replace. Area 114 equals 1/2 of the height, which is x, times, let's put a bracket here, base 1, 2x minus 1, plus base 2. And my base 2 is 4x plus 3. All right, let's combine, let's do, the math. So 114 equals 1/2 of x. I got to combine whatever's on the inside. 2x plus 4x, 6x, negative 1 plus 3, plus 2. Distribute. Okay, 114, 1/2 of 6 is 3. X times x, x squared. 1/2 of 2 is 1. Bring down the x. Same thing, quadratic. I need a 0 here. Minus 114 minus 114. Therefore, I'm going to have 0 equals 3x squared plus x minus 114. Because I have quadratic, I need to find the values of x. I got to bring my quadratic formula. Okay, I need to identify what's what. A in front of the x squared, 3. B in front of the x, 1. C, my constant, negative 114. Let's apply our quadratic. X equals negative b, 1, plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c, negative 114. Be careful with those signs. Everything divided by 2 times a, which is 3. Let's start simplifying. Let's do math quick. And from here, I'm going to find two answers. My first answer is going to be using the plus. Negative 1 plus 37 divided by 6. My second answer is using the negative. Negative 1 minus 37 over 36. Look at this one. Negative 38 over 6. Here, I'm getting a negative number. Can I have a negative number? No, because I'm finding for the length of a trapezoid. So that's wrong. So let's go over here. x1, negative 1 plus 37 is 36 over 6, which is 6. And now this is a positive value. Okay, if the question is find the value of x, you find the value of x. If the question is find the dimensions, just plug in every single one in here. Let's do that. X equals 6. My height, 6. The top, 2 times 6 minus 1. 2 times 6 is 12 minus 1 is 11. The bottom, 4 times 6 plus 3. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 3 is 27. So my base on the bottom is 27. My height is 6. My base 1 is 11. All right, those are the dimensions. All right, let's finish with the word problem that is related to areas. All right, let's read. Student environmental group wants to build an ecology garden as shown. The area, so this is nothing, blah, blah, blah. All right, don't get distracted by that information. The area of the garden should be 800. There we go. That's the area. Vital information. The area of the garden should be 800 square feet. To accommodate all the species of plants the group wants to grow. Okay. A construction company has donated 120 feet. This is not area, it's feet. So this is linear. So this is perimeter. All right. That's 120 feet. All right. Iron fencing, there we go, fencing to enclose the garden. Not talking about area, they're talking about perimeter, around, enclose. What should be the dimensions of the garden? I'm sorry, what should the dimensions of the garden be? Okay, so I gotta find the value of x so I can plug it back in and find it. Right, what's the given information? Area, 800, area. This is a rectangle. How do I find the rectangle of the area of the rectangle, base times height. So area is base times height. Area 100, base 60 minus x times my height, which is x. Same as the other ones. Alright, we get the idea. Is the area, we apply the formula and we replace. From here I get to distribute. Alright, 800 equals 60 times x, which is 60x minus x squared. Alright, I gotta bring everything to one side. Because the x is negative right now, let me bring it to the other side and turn it positive. So it's gonna be x squared plus 800 equals 60x, I just canceled the x squared, minus 60x minus 60x. Therefore I have x squared minus 60x plus 800 equals 0. And I have my quadratic formula. Alright, I gotta apply it. Either you factor or you apply the quadratic formula. It doesn't matter which one you use. In this case, probably you can factor this out, but let's apply the quadratic. Remember, a is in front of the x squared, b in front of the x, c is your constant. Negative b. So it's negative from here, but the b is also negative. Be careful. So you have double negatives right there. Okay? Negative b, negative 60, plus or minus. No space enough there. Square root b squared, negative 60 square, minus 4 times a is 1, times c, 800. Everything over 2 times a, which is 1. Alright, let's do the math quick. Double negative here, positive. Negative 60 squared, positive 3600. Negative 4 times 800, negative 3200, divided by 2. X equals 60 plus or minus 36 minus 3200 is 400, divided by 2. Square root of 400 is 20. And now I get two answers. X1, X2. First answer, 60 plus 20 over 2. 60 plus 20 is 80, divided by 2 is 40. Second answer, 60 minus 20 divided by 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Alright, so we have 40 and 20. Let's erase and let's plug it in. If I replace the 40, then it's going to give me 60 minus 40, which is 20. And here it's going to be 40, right? If I replace the 40. So it's going to be 20 by 40, because the question is, what should be the dimensions of the garden be? In this case, it's going to be 20 by 40. All right, those are the dimensions. When you put it times, 20 by 40. This also means 20 by 40. Okay. Next, instead of 40, let me try the 20. So 60 minus 20 is going to give me 40. But the x is 20. Again, 40 by 20. So it's either 40 by 20 or 20 by 40. Both of them are work, because technically I'm getting the 40 on one side and the 20 on the other side. Alright? So my final answer is going to be 40 by 20 or 20 by 40. Either one of them is a rectangle, same dimensions. And that will be it. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video please. Our next video will be more on word problems. Okay, so please check this out. Those are recommendations. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.